You're listening to the Goof Norton Radio Show.
He's the best of the best of the best.
If you don't like him, I'm sure your sister will.
Hey, baby, you wanna go out?
See you driving round town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be richer. No, ain't that some shit? And although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. From the forget you. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't afford a Ferrari, but that don't mean I can't get you there. I guess he's an Xbox, and I'm more Atari.
Hello everybody, my name is Goof Norton and welcome back to another broadcast of the Goof Norton Radio Show. We are at episode 30 finally. Oh man, it took us a while to get here. And I am surprised we even got here. This is like, I believe the longest series on my channel is the podcast. I think Happy Wheels, I have like 20, yeah, Happy Wheels is second to this. But this is the longest running series on my channel so far. And hopefully, another, we have,
All I can say is wow.
episodes. Oh, sorry, I gotta sneeze. And I'm recording this right after the Super Bowl. The Patriots just won. Tom Brady pulled it off amazingly. I guess it was that halftime performance by Lady Gaga, that whole risking her life thing. I guess that's the Patriots' like secret weapon was Lady Gaga. Because she put on a performance, may I say. She actually put on a really good performance. I'm not a huge Lady Gaga
very
fan.
nice.
I've heard some of her songs. I'm just not a fan. Her music just doesn't really appeal to me that much. There's a couple songs of hers that are actually, I'm like, oh, that's a nice song. And they're just like catchy tunes, So sorry, I gotta sneeze. There's like, it's like really bothering me. I hate that when that feeling when you want to sneeze but you can't, because I'd have to like sit here with my mouth open and just like try to sneeze for like 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, it's there. Stop it. Good gosh. Okay. Today, so for the 30th episode, I'm going to kick off the new segment I've started, which is the Small YouTubers Corner. I have an interview coming up with DEADMAN INC. And I will be talking with him. We'll be talking about a few things. I'll ask him a few questions and maybe some other stuff we'll talk about. But for now, let's just get him online, get him on the phone, so we can talk and we can get this interview over. But before we do that, I must say thank you guys for listening to 30 of these podcasts. I know it has been, for me, it's been really cool, because this is something I've always like wanted to do, as a podcast or a radio show of some type, and this is like my opportunity of doing it, and I love every bit of it. There isn't like a day when I'm like recording a podcast where I'm like, I really don't want to do this. Like every time, like I want to do it. I really want to do it. It's really fun. It's really fun for me. And I wouldn't think of a better series than to have on my channel besides a podcast. I was always thinking about having this as like a separate thing, but this is one of the things I talk about, is like not getting paid for on YouTube. Like I don't get paid for this. This is just a thing I do. I mean, basically as a hobby, technically considered, because I don't get paid for it. Because I just find it really fun just to talk about, stuff you guys, suggest, news topics that are, happening every day. It gives me something to do, keeps me occupied, and it gives me a chance to kind of just talk, just talk to you guys. Because during a gaming video, during a Let's Play, I don't have time to talk too much. and usually it's harder for me to because I'm focused on playing the game and trying to do that. But here, I'm not focused on anything else. I'm just here surfing the web looking for topics to talk about, and I'm talking to you guys about this. So it's just like, so yeah. Speaking of which, the Puppy Bowl. I don't know. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna talk about the Puppy Bowl. I really don't. I used to watch Puppy Bowl. The funny thing about that, yeah, I used to watch the Puppy Bowl every Super Bowl on Animal Planet because I don't know. Because who doesn't like puppies and cats and puppies and small baby animals? I mean, am I right? Am I right? I mean, yeah, sure, okay, whatever, we'll go with that. Um, it's just a thing I would do, because it's like whatever. Also, another thing I really, really have to talk about to you guys. One of the projects that I was working on has been launched, and I kind of don't want to say anything too much about it because it makes me sound like I guess a douchebag, but there is a new channel out called Goof Gaming. It's with me and a friend. We've decided to come together and just, form a nice duo on YouTube and play games for you guys. I know I already have a gaming channel here, but this channel will be just me, really. Because it's just me because I still do the podcast. I still do other things that I probably wouldn't do on that channel. And I have stuff going on here that I won't carry over because it's just a whole different thing going on over there. And so far, the first video, nice. So for those of you who are on my channel, who pay attention to this channel, that's what's going on over there. So just so you guys know, I'm not going to say anything more about it because it's just a thing. I'll occasionally advertise it. We have a Twitter, we have a Facebook page, but yeah, that's the last you're probably going to hear about it from me, unless there's like a live stream or something big going on over there. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get to our interview.
A few moments later.
Okay, so here we have our first guest on the small YouTuber segment. The segment, for those of you who don't know, it's new. It's where I interview small YouTubers to kind of help promote their channels and whatnot. So, sorry. Our first guest today is someone special I haven't really had on the channel before. If you could introduce yourself to the audience, sir.
Well, my name is DEADMAN INC.
And from what I've seen from your channel, you promote music and artists?
Yes, I do. The whole thing on my channel is to help promote other channels, music channels that have low subscriptions.
Nice.
And better the chances.
Okay. I have just a few questions I got from some of my viewers that I want to ask you. So the first question I have for you is, why did you want to become a YouTuber?
Well, when I first started out, it was mostly just a hobby. I was around 12, 13. It was some hobby. And recently, like last year, I started this channel in hopes to help others and help grow, music channels. Because if you go to YouTube right now, you won't see a lot of music-related stuff that's not Vivo,
Yeah. That is true. That is true. We don't really see a lot of other music channels besides Vivo, and that's
original music.
Yeah, we don't really see a lot of that. That's good. That's really good. think you're the first person I've ever seen with a channel like that. Um, and the next question I have is, what do you love or what do you like about YouTube?
I feel like YouTube, if done well, it's a sociable place. There's a lot of common ground, and you can relate to a lot of people. And when they vlog their problems, you can relate to those problems. Gaming, anything really. It's a common ground.
Yeah, I feel the same way about that. I feel the same way about it too. Um, Third question we have here is, do you have any, ideas or plans for the future of your channel?
Well, not really. I am just going on as it goes, just playing along as it goes, pretty much.
Sounds.
I think most YouTubers have that idea as well. Like, we're just doing it as well as we're going to do it.
Yeah, I don't really, yeah, I don't really have a plan either. I'm just hoping for the best. Uh,
I don't think there is a plan for YouTube, actually. I think just like I play a game, it's a popular game, it's popular on YouTube, I'll just continue making that, and that's what I feel.
uh, yeah, that does work too. Um, the next question we have here: how do you think you can improve as a YouTuber in your opinion?
Hmm, that's a tough question. Well, um, find more ways to extend to promote my channels. I mean, I love going on this group for small YouTubers and getting the opportunity to promote and if any question rises up about anything, I can see if I can help. But at this point, I guess the only thing I would say to become a better YouTuber is to be able to gain more subscribers and be more like get my information out there, get the channel out there more.
Yeah, that is always an important part of doing what we do is, getting the content out there, making sure people see what we're doing, because that's really the most like kind of the important part. Because if nobody sees it, then I mean, there's really no point of us doing it in the first place. Uh,
Yeah, and to add to that, I think personally that is the hardest part of becoming a YouTuber. I'm not a big YouTuber myself. 50 subscribers, really? What the fuck? It's like it's good. I don't have a million, all right? But it's hard to see yourself grow at the start because once you hit, you know, a point where you already have your fan base and you have already people around you, it's not that hard. You just have to continue, seeing what works. What's hard is to start because there's so much competition. You're making a gaming channel, there's a lot of competition there.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because I remember when I started, like, it was 2 years ago. It was crazy because I mean, with the big channels like PewDiePie and Markiplier and all of them, it's being in a gaming category in general is just hard when you're trying to make content. And even music, like what you do, that is that I can't imagine like what kind of how difficult that is with
Music,
Vivo being so popular.
yeah, but that's the difference with me. And there's other problem with music besides Vivo. Vivo already releases content of, big musicians, Metallica, fucking Eminem.
Yeah.
Here I'm trying to promote original songs from original artists that are not the big name ones. Also, just a copyright issue last year was a living hell for me. Like for all of us, it was just a living hell.
Oh, I can imagine YouTube and copyright. Ugh, I can. It's freaking
Jesus
terrible.
Christ, I have trouble. Yeah, and like even with React channels, I mean, it's hard because you have the Fine brothers on one side that are like huge on YouTube that I think they even have their own TV series. And over here, you're just gonna start, making React channels. It's kind of there's a little bit of competition. There's a lot of React channels. There's a lot of gaming channels. Starting is the hard part.
Yeah, starting is it's very difficult. But I mean, once you get your footing, I guess. I remember when I hit like as many subscribers as you had. When I hit like 50, I felt at least a little bit good because at least I was doing a little bit something right because apparently I was gaining subscribers. Um, and that just gave me motivation just to keep going, and that's what I hope everybody else does. Because even now, I'm still not a big YouTube channel. Frick, I only have I have almost 300 subscribers, but I still don't consider that to be big, considering how many people out there have like over 100,000 subscribers. So
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I mean, the only thing, I mean, my goal right now, well, right now is trying to hit 100, but I hope one day I hope to get at least the 1,000 plaque. Just,
Same
I
here.
don't
That
know.
is that is an accomplishment I hope to see you have.
Yeah, man. There's like three of them. There's the small one, the big one, and the diamond one. And really, you gotta be on YouTube for a couple of years, more than a couple of years to get that diamond one.
Yeah. I mean, I the only goals I plan to have is maybe try to get gold. I don't know. Depends on how long I plan on doing this. This is still, I guess, kind of a hobby, considered. But maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Well, I mean, if you're starting, I mean, yeah, it's a hobby, but I mean, like, you have AdSense, so you can get a little bit of cash, maybe, I don't know, $7 or maybe more because you have more subscribers. I mean, it's a hobby, but you can at least get a little bit of cash out of it. I mean, I'm not saying that's the only reason one should start YouTube. It's
Yeah, yeah, no, I see what you mean. Yeah, for anybody who's wondering about starting YouTube, don't do it just for the money because it's not going to come instantly. That's not how YouTube works. You'll have to. It takes a little bit for the money to build up. If you get paid
yeah,
anything.
and like I mean, what we're talking here is if we really work, if we really put ourselves to it, because there's that thing that all YouTubers have where they wake up one morning, they see that they still have a certain number of subscribers, and they say, "Why the have I been trying?" And they start getting frustrated. It's common.
Yes, it's very common. I see it a lot. With the Facebook page that we're both on, people tend to get frustrated and and some people do quit and some people don't. They keep pushing through, and success comes out of that, which is amazing to see. But for those who quit, I mean,
It's
it's
just
just
overcoming. It's that typical thing that you have to overcome your obstacles. Now, you could quit and move on. You can continue, and one day you'll hit greatness, or you can ask sub for sub, and that would be pathetic, really. Because I think sub for sub is pathetic.
the same here. You're not alone on that one. It's very low down and really a bad idea in general.
I've seen it, and I just every time somebody asks me, "You want sub for sub?" I'm like, "Fuck, dude,
uh,
just fuck off. Get off my channel. If you're gonna ask for sub for sub, just leave my channel. All right."
yeah. I get sometimes I get spam messages in my comments, and I'm like, no, go away. What are you freaking doing here? I'm not gonna
I
sub to your
love how,
channel.
yeah, you know what's funny? Sometimes I get comments that say, "Holy shit, you have an amazing voice," and I'm just like,
I don't see.
well, um, like that's not me, but thanks.
Oh.
I mean, I think. And it's like someone like you can have like you have an amazing voice, you have a future on YouTube. So I'm like, right, what? That's not me. I don't know if people read the descriptions or on my channel or something, but they think that's always me. I'm like, no.
It's like he's a different person each week.
Wow, plastic surgery is amazing. Jesus Christ.
Uh, that's that's the ridiculous part, but it's kind of funny when that happens. Like these random people come out of nowhere, like, "Oh, such an amazing channel, like really nice voice. Want to subscribe to my channel?" I'm like, No, but I guess
Oh.
that's.
I see you see a little bell with like the one, and you're like, oh, comment! Somebody commented on something. I'm so happy. One sub for sub. Off.
Oh.
Stop playing with my emotions, you ass.
And my hopes get so high, and then they just get crushed immediately.
Hey, somebody commented on something. Aww. It's a sub for sub.
Oh.
And then you just sit in the shower just thinking, it could have been a good comment. It could.
Could have been. Could have been. That's why I constantly get so. That's why I don't leave. That's why I don't have high hopes for when somebody comments on my video. I always go in with low expectations, like, oh, is it gonna be another spam bot, or is it just gonna be a real person this time?
You never know. Or the ones that also like, all right, I have a new comment. Right, all right, press first.
Yes.
Rate it internally. I goose baba.
I don't.
Oh my god.
I don't understand the people who comment first on the video. You could have done so. You could have said so many different, more important things than first. Like, who cares?
I once did this on another person's video because I was like, this is tough. First, you want a cookie for that? You want to? No, I think I said you want a cookie for that apple.
like
He
seriously,
just didn't respond. He's like, all right.
like what is your purpose? Like, there's you wasting your you're wasting your breath. First, good for you. Oh.
Or I just love also like when you're looking down YouTube and you're just doing when you see notifications of like fanboys or like Five Nights at Freddy's and shit like that. It's like, why does this site exist? Because it's giving the voice to people who's going to talk and protect the series that, from my point of view, is already stale. I mean, people, Five Nights at Freddy's it's old news, man. I'm sorry for any listeners out there.
Yeah, I'm not too into the series as well. I mean, I watched one YouTuber just beat the game, all four of them, and the new ones just suck at this point. They're not really anything interesting. Series
They're
is.
all just the same thing. Just there's okay. This is how Five Nights at Freddy works. It's wait for a screamer, and maybe you have a vague understanding of a subplot underneath the game.
Oh yeah, because there's people have been just like trying to research and come up with theories as much as they can about the plot and the story and the backstory and all that, and it's like, wow, really?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Or it's just like 4chaners just rating a brony channel. It's mean-spirited, but I just think it's hilarious when it happens. You're a cop. Oh my god, I can't even. I don't even want to say the shit I've seen, but that's the bone deep for me as well. Besides bullshit comments, it's a big opportunity for the fanboys to annoy everyone else in the universe.
Oh yeah, ugh.
It really gets on my nerves.
Yeah, they can be a little bit much sometimes, and that's why I usually stay away from certain videos and content, whatever, where I know fanboys will be, because they just get to be too much sometimes. It makes me rage.
Every time I see a video that's top 10 best games, I always see somebody complaining. It's like clockwork. Why was this game not here? Oh, I want this game on. Fuck, man. It's just his opinion. Jesus.
And even if the video says, "Oh, we're sorry if we didn't get to your game, but here's the top 10 anyway," like they still complain. Like, come on, like really?
Like, no. What most people do is say, "Well, it's my opinion." Okay, so if a game you liked is in the list, well, sorry, it's my opinion. It's pretty much like saying to them, "Fuck off," without actually saying, "Fuck off."
So true. That is that's all the time we have for today. Thank you though. Thank you so much for joining, Deadman.
Oh, I really like this. I really like this. It's pretty awesome.
Hopefully I can have you back on the show one day. Probably soon, maybe. Depends on our schedules.
I'm done with that.
But everybody, go check out his channel. I will leave that in the description below. He has some great content. I've watched a couple of his videos, actually, before we did this. And, yeah.
By the way, they're not all me, okay? Just I just want to take the time. Sorry for interrupting you.
You're fine.
All the people that are performing are not me. Just to make that clear, I mean... Sorry, you can continue. I wanted to clarify.
That's funny. Yeah, they're not all him. Trust me, they're totally different people. But yeah, check out his channel, check out his content, and thanks everybody for listening. This has been another podcast, an amazing podcast. Next time, hopefully, we'll have a different person. If not, then I'll get in touch with you and see what we can do.
Yeah, you already know where to find me, man.
So yeah, thank you everybody so much for listening, and as always, see you in the next video. Peace.
Bye-bye.
And although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. Forget you. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't afford a Ferrari, but that don't mean I can't get you there. I guess he's an Xbox, and I'm more Atari. But the way you play your game ain't fair. I picture the fool that falls in love with you. Oh, she's a gold digger. Well, just don't you know? Ooh, I've got some news for you. Yeah, go on and run tell your little boy freeze.